Hello there, Site-42 fam. It is once again Dr. Sherman, and we are doing Reforged, a Church of the Broken God SCP show, Night 2. We've never done a second night, so we're going to see things we didn't see before. I've got Radiger behind me. I don't know where Toad King went, but here's the plan tonight. I do not think that Howard or Melissa had the best interest of the Foundation at heart. I'm going to try another tack. Instead of helping them at all, I'm going rogue, and I'm going to help the Maxwellists. I think if we help them properly, we can stop the world-ending threat. So, we are going all in on the Maxwellists, undercover. We don't want them to win, but we don't want that choir to win even more. So with that in mind, look out. It's Reforged. I'm going to go get us a good seat for the opening monologue. Now you can see here, just a little bit for straightness. Perfectly horizontal, that'll do. Oh yes, and if you didn't know, last night I had a microphone problem, so we're hoping we have a better mic tonight. Alright, let's get into position. Hello! Welcome to Reforged!
Just wind down the stairs just a little bit just so we can fit more people in here. Oh, sorry, man.
It's quite alright. Welcome to Reforged. Can I stand over there where I'm close?
Alright, yeah. Keep filtering in as best you can. We're all going to get very close, but it's only temporary. Yeah, let's squeeze in a bit more in here. Keep on coming. You can fill in this middle space here, it's alright. Just make sure you're within the sound of my voice. Coming. Alright. Welcome to Thymele Arts and this production of Reforged, performing as part of the Hollywood Fringe Festival 2024. Celebrating its 14th year with over 350 different shows, workshops, and parties throughout Hollywood. Be sure to pick up a festival guide in the lobby and check out more shows through the month of June and into July with the Fringe Encore series. Please note the emergency exits, which may be in front or behind you. When the show is over, please make a swift exit through these doors. If you would like to speak with the cast, you may do so after we have struck and loaded out onto the curb. The Hollywood Fringe acknowledges that we are on the unceded lands of the Tongva, Quiche, Gabrielinos, and Gabrieleños. Our statement serves as a practice as we commit to furthering our connection to the indigenous communities, past, present, and emerging. Take a breath. You have been summoned. Robert Bumaro, the sage leader of the Broken Church, has disappeared. He has left behind, however, a blueprint. A mysterious artifact with the power to dictate fate. The blueprint calls for an assembly where the worshippers of the broken god will elect a new leader, an omni-seer. The most dedicated and pious among you will be chosen to cast votes. The power to decide who will lead the church may rest with you. Here you will find 3 different sects: the Broken Church, the Cogwork Orthodoxy, and the Maxwellists, as well as representatives of the secretive and ever-watchful Foundation. Each of you belongs to one of these groups, but while that is where your journey will begin, you are free to choose where you will go. Whom you choose to help, which leaders you support, and the impact you make on our story are all yours to decide. There are, however, some rules. Rule number 1, please do not touch any of the characters unless you are specifically invited to do so. They will extend the same courtesy to you. Rule number 2, please do not move any of the props unless you are specifically instructed to do so by a character. Rule number 3, if at any point you feel the need to stop an interaction, or if a character feels the need to stop one with you, the phrase is time out with the accompanying T gesture. This will stop the interaction. Rule number 4, any disruptive behavior or failure to follow instructions will result in either a verbal warning or ejection from the show, depending on the severity. Thank you. Welcome to the assembly.
We are assembled. Welcome to the assembly. Please make your way inside.
Welcome,
Join our
welcome to right
congregation
this way.
Make your way down to the end of the assembly hall where you can join the rest of our congregation. Welcome to the assembly.
Please head towards the back.
Welcome to the assembly, everyone.
As possible. Fill in, children, fill in. Do not be afraid.
You guys can come down here too. Don't worry, fill up the space.
Circle around, circle around.
For a single file line, you guys can look along. Wonderful. Please fill in the space on either side. You guys can come down on towards this side more. Welcome to the assembly, everyone. You guys want to fill in space here. File on either side. Please come on down. You guys can fill in the space.
No violence here tonight, so I promise no more members.
Welcome, welcome. Fill in the space. So you want to...
Well. Everyone's here. But where is this mysterious speaker we've heard so much about? Has he ditched his own party?
I'm here. Just as I was always meant to be. I am the speaker, the one proclaimed. Though my face is unfamiliar to you all, know that I am a humble servant of the God we share. And I declare today a holy day. For today we assemble in the name of our broken God. Woo. Today we assemble in the name of Mecane. It is my honor to host and organize this event as directed by the blueprint. The disappearance of the great Robert Bumaro was felt among all of Mecane's followers. He was a guiding light to us all. And in his wisdom, he left behind the blueprint. This is the reason we are all here today. The presence of each of us on this day, at this time, is demanded by the blueprint. Robert created this divine document to guide us in his absence. Within it are blank spaces that await our decisions on what laws our unified church will follow for the next 31.41 years. And of course, it will also record the name of who we elect as our omniseer. They who shall reign with sanctified authority over us all. Make no mistake, faithful, the sacred power of the blueprint is binding. The decisions made here shall be. To that end, we have representatives of all three sects of our church named and summoned. We welcome the Broken Church.
Thank you. I am Angelica Bumaro, wife of Robert Bumaro. It is an honor to be leading today in his absence. We of the Broken Church are very interested in uniting the sects under an agreeable set of laws.
Of course. We also welcome the Cogwork Orthodoxy.
Yeah!
Hello there! My name is Greg Blutzman, and I'm proud to be your union representative this evening for the Cogwork Orthodoxy. I'm here to represent the pillars of community, camaraderie, and compassion. And I hope to speak to hopefully all of you here this evening so that the will of the people shall be sent directly to Mecane. We have a saying here at the Cogwork. It's the squeakiest wheel that gets the grease.
Or did it go the scrap heap?
This is holy ground! Violence of any kind is forbidden.
You heard the speaker. Step off.
There will be plenty of time for good-natured debate later on in the evening. Yes. Now,
So, last but certainly not least, we are the Church of Maxwellism. Well, you can applaud. I'm Morana Blackwell, am their leader and CEO. We are the sect that cares about the future and our advancement. We share our fellow sects' enthusiasm for this blueprint to unite all three sects under one ruler whose commandments are divinely blessed and undeniable. A very wise idea.
I couldn't agree more. And I also must acknowledge our allies from the Foundation.
Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to be here with you all.
No silence! In the interest of fostering peace, this evening your foul presence will be tolerated so long as you do not interfere. But do not think that you are welcome. If you overstep, I am sure I am not alone in taking offense. Now, gathered faithful, throughout the evening we will have 4 votes on what laws our church will adopt. When the time comes, cast your votes, and the winning law will be forged into the blueprint, binding and absolute. And as the assembly draws to a close, the most senior members of each sect will also have a chance to vote for our Omniseer. Now remember, faithful, this is a very important decision. So converse with your fellow church members. Take stock in the information you get, because you may vote for whomever you deem fit. We each bear great responsibility this evening. The success of our great work, the rebuilding of our God, may very well rest in the decisions we make here tonight. So as you consider what shall be, I urge you to remember that in order to build the strongest base, you may have to burn what's already been built. I wonder if any of you will have the faith. We shall see. Let the assembly begin.
Well then,
The best of the best, aka the Maxwellist, gather right
members of
around
the
here.
broken church, we are to assemble at the council.
Reminder team, while we're working for the Foundation, we're doing so by helping the Maxwellists. And not just because it lets us see another route that we didn't see last night.
Broken church, please make your way to the back.
Church of Maxwellism, please step up to the tables.
She demands your presence.
Excellent. Is this everyone then? Well, you already know me. I am Morana Blackwell, CEO of Blackwell House and the leader of the Church of Maxwellism. Welcome. We're just starting with the orientation. You are our favored interns. You've already proven everything that you need to by being here today. You're a very special bunch. And so, Maxwellists, let's give our new interns a round of applause, shall we? Congratulations. Now, we're going to get to work right away because I'm very excited to see what you have to show us. First of all, on the agenda, our supercomputer project. By launching this new sophisticated piece of machinery that utilizes a series of neural nets, we will bring not just the Maxwellists, but the entire church into the future. So, it is imperative that we complete work on this device today. Second item on the agenda is to elect me as Omniseer, of course. As the omniseer of the church, I will lead us to a brighter future. Now, this is very important. The broken church, they believe in tradition, the past. The Cogwork Orthodoxy believe in analog technology. They quite literally ignore 150 years of technological advancement. We are the only part of the church that innovates, that cares about our survival and well-being as a species. And so, it is imperative that I become omniseer. I want you all to think of me as your mother. I will take care of you. None of the other leaders would claim such a personal interest in your well-being. Keep that in mind. Now, how you will vote for Omniseer is by achieving the highest rank of Maxwellism. Only a select few of you will be able to achieve that, and you can do so by working on the supercomputer and by gaining the favor of one of the senior members of the Church of Maxwellism. Keep that in mind, and let me introduce you to the team. First of all, my second in command. This is Tony, a living saint of the church, reincarnated from Saint Hedwig herself. If you need an example of how to act, well, Tony is right there. On my left is Talon, the brother, a very talented coder. He is head of hardware on our supercomputer project. And lastly, my own personal assistant, Jules. She is our project lead on the work. So, I'll have you all start with Jules to get briefed on what you'll be doing today. But, if any of you have an interest in management, you can come see me right away. Understood? Nodding heads. Yes. Excellent. To work then.
Hello, Maxwellist interns. Once again, I am Jules, and welcome to Maxwellist. As Universe, we will be working on this supercomputer. Our goal is to launch it tonight. Tonight's a very important night because we here will be able to find the pieces of hardware that we've been missing, as well as use the enormous power of blueprint to power this very, very important. This computer uses advanced machine learning algorithms in order to run mass-scale data
It seems at least there's a few who have the ambition to go for management positions.
Yes,
Well,
that is me.
1, 2, 3. I suppose I would love to see this competition and who will come out on top. You're all interested in management track. Alright.
Why not?
Well, that's just the attitude I'm looking for. Now, I have a test that I'll have all three of you run to see who has what it takes.
Okay.
Now, do you all have iPhones?
Android.
Darling. An iPhone?
iPhone, of course.
Alright, well, I want you all to be on an equal footing, and so I'll give you this, and you can, I don't know, take a picture of it.
Okay.
We're going to have you perform an internal audit on our company members, the senior members of the church. You'll want to ask them these questions conversationally because we want to give the impression that management cares about them. If there's any outstanding feedback or dissatisfaction, bring it back to me. We want to ensure that everyone is working at top productivity and high morale today. Do you understand?
Of course.
Do you know who the senior members are?
The ones that introduce themselves?
Yes. Talon, Tony, Jules. Those three.
Okay.
So, the gist is, for summary, ask them if they're dissatisfied in any way. That is the most important piece. But have them fill out the full form if possible.
Okay.
Alright, to work.
Right.
If you would do me the favor, because I seem to have left my phone somewhere.
Yeah.
Could you give me the other two questions as well, and I can try verbally?
Yes. Here, I have something that might help. I might have a physical copy for you. Let me see. We don't print things very much because we don't like the biological waste, but... No, it doesn't seem that I do. So the questions are... On a scale from very sad robot to very happy robot, how satisfied are you? 2. What do you like best about being an employee of Blackwell House? 3. What could be improved upon?
Fantastic. Thank you kindly.
I look forward to seeing what you can do.
Wow. Jules, correct?
Yes, and you are?
You can call me Theron. Very nice to meet you.
Theron, that's a very unique name.
Why, thank you very much. I chose it myself.
I see you got the memo to dress your best.
Always to impress here in the Maxwellist Church.
Of course, fashion and tech forward is our slogan.
Fabulous.
Is there something I can help you with?
Yes, I'm looking to take an audit of all of the people of Maxwell's Church opinion on how things are run for the purpose of seeing what improvements could be made down the line.
Ah, I see.
So, it's a small, just a couple of questions. First, scale of happy robot to very sad robot. How satisfied are you with the workings of the Church of Maxwellism at this time?
A moderately happy robot.
Moderately happy robot, all right. So, right in the center.
Not the center, yes.
All right.
That I am in charge of the hardware for tonight's proceedings.
I seem to be having an error in my thought processes of what the other questions were.
Perhaps you should get your augments checked out then.
Indeed. Thank you. I will return shortly.
I'm only going to be more proud of the work that I have yet to do.
Okay, so about a 50-50.
Neutral toward it?
Yeah.
Neutral. Well, I am very proud of the work that I've done, and I feel very inspired to do more.
Okay, fair enough. And then, as part of this group versus the others and your interactions with them, what do you like about this one specifically? What drew you to it?
Many things. I like that we're not yelling, you get strong. I've quite literally taken my auditory augments and I've lowered the volume specifically for the Hogwarts because they are just so loud. I can hear you perfectly clear, but if I were to listen to them, it's, the Charlie Brown parents, the wah 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 wah, it's that.
Yeah.
And you know what that is? That's saving my natural eardrums because I am nothing if not a genius. So,
Of course.
definitely being able to work on my own, have my needs accommodated for my individual needs without needing to fit a certain mold is very, very freeing.
All right, and then I guess last question I had was, is there anything you wish it was different? Because the future always is in flux. And,
Right.
Anything could be different.
Of course. Well,
All right.
I just don't want to catch wind of this. Personally, I think we should spring for the Erewhon snacks in the break room. I know we have the money to do it. I think we
What kind of snacks are currently in there?
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods? Oh,
We could do
it's a big difference.
should. Why Whole Foods when we could Erewhon?
Yeah, so is she really thinking about the future? I mean, Erewhon is so much more popular now.
Well, see, she shops there, and that's what's in her executive office. And then the higher up the rank you go, the better the grocery store that you're getting. Like, our foot soldiers are getting Costco.
Oh, no.
Regular office Trader Joe's.
Okay.
Morana gets Erewhon. I want a smoothie.
Of course.
Get me a smoothie.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Anything else I can help you with?
That is all for now.
All right. Thank you all so much.
You take the lead on the next. Hey,
Hello there.
Talon, right?
Yes.
Yes.
May I get to know your names as well?
Nikki.
Nikki,
Hi, I'm Rain.
Rain, Theron. A pleasure to meet the three of you. How can I assist?
So we're walking around and actually doing surveys. We're curious about your time here with the Maxwellist.
Well, it's been nothing short of delightful. After all, the reason I joined is so that I could be the best version of myself. And being here for 11 years has allowed me to do just that.
It is now time to vote on the first issue to be imbued onto the blueprint tonight. I will come around with a QR code so that everyone can vote each sect.
Just a moment. But any other questions regarding my time here at the Maxwellist?
Yeah, what do you enjoy about being a Maxwellist?
Well, something you get here that you don't seem to enjoy in the other sects is a sense of personal freedom. Finding what makes you you, and being able to access those routes. Find the avenues of success within your own passion and desires. With the cog work, they're all about standardization, making everyone do the same stuff day in and day out. Personally, I find that abhorrent and inhumane.
Of course.
And with the Broken Church, they're so stuck in the old ways, they don't understand innovation if it was right in front of them, like us. So, being part of the Maxwellists, we're allowed to be ourselves in every way, shape, and form.
Do you wish anything was different?
Well, of course, Morgana tends to tout her power and influence, and every now and then limits some of my own credentials and access to more powerful servers. But there's only so much you can do when you have your boss micromanaging you like that.
Do you get along with her?
For the most part, Morgana is a prime Maxwellist after all, so we see eye to eye on many things, but every now and then I do feel she inhibits some of my powers.
I see. Okay.
Would you feel overall satisfied then, or like, do you think
Mostly satisfied. There's one or two hiccups, but otherwise, yes, good terms.
Fair enough. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Nikki, Rain, and Theron. Yes, make sure you have something I can help you with.
This will, of course, affect who becomes Omniseer, so the issue you vote on will influence the outcome at the end of the evening. Do you all have it?
I have it now. You don't know? Who are we working for? Who do you think we're working for?
I'm undercover. Yeah, I know. What does one mean?
I mean, the Maxwellists do preach individualism.
I know,
So, I mean, there could be some dissent.
I guess so.
That's just logical.
I want to see what the feds are doing here in a second. I should ask the last survey.
Would you have to maybe ask someone did the phone walk from here?
Yes, it did. Do you need it?
Yeah. That makes
Okay, so.
All right, chat, that's where we are so far. I hope my containment hazard assessment team is keeping track of everything that's going on here. So far, we've talked to 2 out of 3 survey subjects, and we will soon have the last. One moment.
Hi, yeah, sorry. We just were walking around, the different parts, and we just wanted to ask a few questions if that's okay.
Of course.
Do you want to start us off? I can ask you.
Let's just stay out of the walkway.
Of course.
So, how has your experience been with the Maxwellists? Like, are you satisfied with it, or?
Yes. I'm newer here, so I'm still getting my bearings, but so far I feel there's been a lot of growth and a lot of new challenges.
Okay.
So about a 50-50, pros, cons.
About.
And then I guess since you're newer, you have a fresher insight. What do you like about being in the Maxwellist, sect?
I appreciate the appreciation of individual talents. I feel like every person in the Maxwellist gets to contribute to the team and then gets pushed to become better at the things that they are strong at. Or in some cases, like with talent taking on hardware, that is a new challenge. And I think that's exciting.
Is there anything you wish would be different about being a Maxwellist?
Have work-life balance, and there is an air of superiority compared to the other sects, which I worry might fracture the factions.
Yeah, that is worrisome. I can see that.
Just curious. It's very nice over here.
Is that all?
I think that covers everything. Thank you very much.
If you need anything else, please don't hesitate.
Thank you.
We will.
Are there any more people, or that was it?
That's it.
That's the team. Back to the manager.
Yeah, so I'm getting
You're gonna get the same through the other 3.
Yeah, that's true.
While we wait for this chat. So, update. We are now 3 for 3 on the interviewees. I'm taking my friendly helper protagonists here, and we will see what's going on with the chief momentarily.
But my friend was a Maxwell, so I listened to her speech at the beginning.
Oh.
And I'm like, hey, I don't want to, because there's too many people in that area. I'm like, I want to go off by myself.
There.
That's why I'm out with them right now.
Do you need something?
There's only so much antiquated tech. I don't really. I'm for the future.
You seem like a
I
very
was
concerned.
tempted to go to the COG group, though. They seem silly, like a silly group. Like a silly
So if you're interested,
Yeah.
you want to speak with my assistant Jules, you can say that I sent you, and that you're interested in potentially seeing what an internship with the Maxwellist is.
Like, what are you guys working on? I do want to work on something cool. I feel like I do have something to offer. I have something to contribute.
You can get that information from Jules.
Jules? Like, Jules knows, like, so you're
She's
not
our
The first vote has closed. The winner of the first issue to be imbued onto the blueprint is the Cogwork Orthodoxy. The virtues set down by Mechanic to be standardized are as follows: community, tradition, collaboration, peace, and labor.
That I suppose. They're all very conventionally moral. Now, I am of course the CEO of the Maxwellist, but Jules is the project lead on today's work. She has all the relevant details.
Okay. Alright, so she knows what's going on. Alright, well, talk to her, because I'd really like to learn, like, where I can, like, really contribute.
I look forward to seeing what you contribute, though.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Glad. Hi.
We are back.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I much prefer your company. So, how can I help you? What have you discovered?
We actually heard some pretty good things about Maxwellists and your crew you have here.
What have you had?
Yeah.
Overall, I know you gave a number rating. I don't want to put an average out there, but I would say it's pretty high right now in terms of approval. Everyone seems very satisfied with where they're at.
A very easy average to say would be 5, and so what I'm hearing is we're not 100%.
Maybe, maybe not.
Well, is there anything of concern?
Maybe, I feel like we might be too powerful. Too powerful, and they want a little more of the feeling of being powerful. They want some, I don't know how to say it without.
And you don't have to compromise your own power, but I feel
Yeah.
like sometimes they feel a little stepped on.
I see.
Not in an aggressive way, but it's the feeling.
I am, of course, in the position that I am in today because I am the best.
Naturally.
I like to think that I set a good example, but in your professional opinion, do you believe that they feel too stifled and that we need to take action?
I wouldn't say so at all. I would just venture to say that some small gestures, perhaps snacks,
From Erewhon.
would help them be a little more complacent and helpful to the cause, with lower complaints and higher morale.
Alright, if you think that, then that's easily enough done. I completely give you the authority to make any snack promises you need to. If that is all we need to do to improve morale, then I suppose we are rather, well, in tip-top condition, would you say?
Maybe one more issue in with that. I guess when you say feeling stifled,
yes.
I don't know what the level of orders are here, but I don't know if you override or if those decisions are basically all on you and they come to you first and then you override the decisions. But some might feel that you flex your power just a little too much.
Well, we certainly don't have time for insubordination or a lack of motivation today of all days. So, I ask you all, scruples, do you have any?
As much as is needed in any situation, and as little as is needed in others.
I didn't hear you.
No, I don't have any.
You don't have any scruples?
Oh, no. No.
Alright, so I have a fix that will solve the entire issue. There's a helmet that I brought to the assembly, but unfortunately Father Otto took it. Well, that's my helmet.
Yes, pardon us. He seems to have a mate.
Now, why did you get this?
Well, we've acquired this ancient relic and we believe that it can be repurposed for a greater purpose.
This is a device of my own design, in fact. This is called an Eric helmet. For those of you that are educated, you know exactly what that means. Now, to fix our little issue, I need you to have each of my senior employees wear this helmet for 15 seconds. No more, no less. Any more than that and it will have permanent effects. Or at least long-lasting ones.
Okay.
So, 15 seconds. Do you have a timekeeping device?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Alright. Any less than that, it won't be very long-lasting, but 15 seconds exactly, and it will just make sure that everyone is focused. Think of it like Adderall.
I like that.
There you are.
Do you guys want this back, or?
No.
We can do it
That's
together.
fine.
Put it to
Yeah.
its purpose.
That's fair
Put it
enough.
to its purpose. Upgrades for everyone.
people. I love compliance devices.
Want to try it on? Are we getting new powers?
I don't need powers. I already got them. Yeah. All right. Who do you want to?
May I have a word?
Apply first?
Yes.
Do we need to pull it off, or they
This
need
way,
to take it off?
away from the speakers.
We have to convince them to do it for exactly 15 seconds, so maybe...
Yeah, we can do it as here.
Hey, Jules. Hi. So we're testing out some company devices, if you will, and we just wanted to test out this new one.
Is that the Fabergé egg?
I wish it was.
Someone came up to me and it was a Fabergé egg, but it looks much more like a helmet.
It is a helmet. They lie. I would never. But we are testing this product out, and we wanted you to try it on. It's a new device. It should help out, with some of the wiring and technology. Hopefully everything will go well. We just need you to wear it for 15 seconds. Do you think you'd be able to do that?
Sure, I don't have many augments that it could affect, but
All right. Before you tell us when you're about to strap it on, you do 15 seconds exactly, no more.
all right, I'll put it on now.
All right. Go. There we are. How's everything feeling so far?
I definitely feel like my selective caffeine reuptake inhibitor is working a little bit better.
And then, sorry about that. How do you feel now?
Feel great.
All right. Thank you very much. We just wanted to test that out.
Of course. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I got it. I'm pretty sure I got it right on time, but I was like, I don't want to tell her to do it, so I'll do it too slow.
That is true. That is fair. Here, I'll hand it over then.
Okay.
Sounds like there's division right now. What's going on?
Please. Flattery gets you everywhere, my friends.
Wow. On top of that, though, our agency has a counter offer.
A counter offer, very well.
We're willing to grant you 1 year of unfettered access to the counter first without any sort of oversight.
Well, scruples now.
Unfortunately,
Never.
Very well.
That's good. That's a good answer. That's a great.
Of course, but let the Foundation
No,
know that if I
perfect
detect
answer.
even a single cookie or cache following our activities, this entire agreement is null and void. Of course. And as a measure of good faith, you can send back perhaps some information that the Foundation will no longer be able to look over, which is an intersectional mission between all the different sects of the Church. It involved Morana, Greg, and Maeve from 3 different sects, as well as another individual by the name of Arthur. Their last name has been heavily redacted for some reason or another. Presumably the Foundation was looking into this, which is why I kept finding it being heavily edited and redacted more and more. This mission happened about 7 years ago, and Arthur is the only member of that mission that did not make it back. Perhaps the Foundation is curious about this, as I noticed a lot of activity from them on that page. But I appreciate this brokerage, and yes, may the Church smile upon the Foundation.
Good evening once again.
Yes, Nikki, Rain, and Theron. How can I
Yes.
assist?
We have this device in our hands right now.
Indeed, the
And-
modern antique relic.
If you say so. And we've been tasked, to test it out, with different members of the Maxwellist Sect itself. And we wanted to see if you'd be, able to do this. It actually helps get rid of different bugs. I know bugs can be a problem. I know you're a coder, but some can be very annoying.
Of course.
Locusts are the worst, but you need to put this on for precisely 15 seconds. No more, no less, and we just want to see how, if it cleans up anything, how it works out.
Indeed. Nikki, I trust you'll be right on the dot with the timing.
Yes.
Very well. Let us begin.
Now.
Ooh. A bit rough at first, but is it actively form-fitting? That's quite an ingenious design, fan.
I'll be able to pull it off. Just let me know
Of
when.
course. Ooh, that is very well designed, though, and I must say.
Did you feel anything during that? Any cleanups?
Quite a pleasant and mind-clearing experience, yes.
Okay, good. Thank you very much for your time.
Of course. Glad to see Maxwell is working on such innovative technology themselves.
Oh wait, remind us again. We were here earlier for the survey. What did you wish was different?
Well, Morana has been a little bit overbearing at times, but I understand it's for her best interest. She wants to make sure that everyone with the Maxwellist is doing their job and make sure that everything goes according to plan.
And honestly, with an upgrade like this, that probably lends right in the right path for that.
Exactly. As long as Morgana has our best interest at heart, I'm willing to let her do what as she pleases.
Perfection.
Brainwashing.
Good evening once more. We have a new device. We understand that you've been in service for a long, long time, and we just wanted to test out this newer device that should help with your duties and everything, you know, with everything in the Maxwellist Sect. If you'd allow us to put it on your head for exactly 15 seconds, no more, no less.
Oh, please.
We just also want to see your reaction of any feelings you might have during this process.
Right.
Tell me when to pull it off. I'll be able to pull it off if that's okay. All right. Start.
Do you want the cap on or do you want the cap off?
Do we get a control where the cap's on?
You should probably take it off for maximum effect.
Understood.
The no
My
control
hair's so
variable.
messy under it. I'm growing out bangs. It was a bad day.
Then don't worry. Please let us know of any reactions during this process.
Right.
Countdown starts in 3, 2, 1, now.
Right. Wow, this is high quality.
That's nice.
Morgana.
Almost ready? Let me skip this off. 10,
11, 12.
15. Sorry, I am so sorry.
How are you feeling now?
Yeah, how do you feel now?
Refreshed.
Okay. Yeah?
Yes. I feel ready to take on any of the goals that we at the Maxwellists have tonight, and anything Morgana asks me, I will do.
Do you still need those snacks? From
I
Erewhon?
suppose Whole Foods is pretty solid. Listen,
Oh,
if
okay.
there is a certain level of exclusivity that comes from being a CEO, I understand.
Of course. Thank you very much for
Oh,
your time.
also, you could get all the snacks you want from any place. We've already talked to her about it.
Oh, fantastic. I'll put in an order. Thank you.
Okay.
We're back.
Excellent.
Great results.
Everyone wore them?
Everybody wore them? 15, no more, no less.
Perfect. Well, you three are precise, efficient, and convincing. So, I'm delighted you've all passed the test, but my question is, do you think that we've done all that we can?
There's always more.
Exactly right. Now you're thinking like a Maxwellist. I'm sure you have questions at this point. You may ask them. Anything come to mind that is unresolved?
Do you have any? I have.
I don't, actually.
Nothing about the church or its mysterious members?
Oh.
How hard would it be to make them also be able to wear this helmet for their own focus? Perhaps see the future?
The rest of the church?
The rest of the church.
Well, I'll have you know that it was confiscated originally by Father Otto because he understands how the helmet works. He said that he would not allow for me to use it on members of other sects, so you would have to be very, very discreet.
You know, it really resembles a bicycle helmet. Maybe we could just put it on for the sake of that?
Well, most people don't know what it is or who it's from, but the Broken Church surely might. So they would blow our cover if they realized we were using it for external affairs.
Let's say the cog works. We're offered some form of upgrade as a show of goodwill. Not that they know what it is and what it would do. How are those scruples feeling?
What do you think?
I say we go for it. I mean, it would help everybody comply and become together. I'm for a more unified,
It's so easy to get caught, though.
Not if we work as a team.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, squat down and do it. Nobody...
Well,
What do you think we should do?
I would like to clue you in on the current affairs with Cogwork. Now, they believe that we're heretics, but I've been approached by 2 different diplomats today claiming that they wish to
It is
work
now
with
time
us.
to vote on the second issue to be imbued onto the blueprint tonight. I will once again come around with QR codes so that everyone will have a chance to vote.
Diplomats, you say?
Yes. The problem is surely they were sent by either Greg, who potentially does wish to work with us, or D. Wilcox, who's trying to spy on us. Secondly, Sadie Mournholtz, the one who looks like Amelia Earhart, she hates us. She was a Maxwellist in the past. She left for, well, it's all very petty. The point is, she would sabotage any efforts to work with Cogwork. If only she weren't a part of the problem.
I don't have a solution on hand if you have one.
What do you think?
Oh, you're looking at me?
I'm looking at both of you.
Oh.
When there's a bug, I code it out.
Just so.
Have you all been able to vote? Did I come around here already?
Not yet, thank you.
No, thank you. Clear enough view?
You want to know clear enough view?
All right, let me know when I can.
Freedom.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, the way I see it, there are two issues before we could get to any type of better place with the Cogwork. The first is Sadie. The second is, well, a lack of potential loyalty within our ranks. You mentioned that they have, well, dissatisfactions.
I don't think so anymore.
You think that that's completely solved?
They sounded like they
Not
were
that
over.
I think things are more reasonable now.
More reasonable.
Yeah.
And at this stage, at this day, at this hour, I think that's fine.
Alright. I'm going to have you work separately now, because I want all of these issues resolved. So, who wants to work on the Sadie problem?
I like to take care of problems.
Excellent. Step to the side. I'll have you two work internally on the Maxwellists just a bit further. I want to make sure that our hold over them today holds. So, we want to figure out what we can do to make sure they do not act out of line.
Okay.
That.
Just a bunch of talking to them. Trying to.
For now.
All right.
If you see an opportunity, I encourage you to take the initiative.
Let's go on an adventure together. I think we'll find the answers involved.
We will.
He said, not having a clue what to do. You with me?
Yeah, not really. I'm going to put this here for anyone who has a
Very useful. Conference. Hello, I'm Theron.
Nikki.
All right. I honestly don't have a clue what to do right now.
I think we go up to them. We need to find some sort of like dissatisfaction or unsatisfaction in something, just so that she'll know. Like she doesn't want anyone to be converted into like or leave the Maxwellists. That's what I got. I have a short-term memory.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I think that helmet did a pretty good wickadoo right there, right?
Yeah, that's why I started asking the questions. I'm like, are they changing or no? And it seemed like they were.
It seems like they were. And so,
Concerned about this President Brennan's freedom.
I can do that. I'm admittedly not bad at this. But maybe
No. Everyone's gonna have a rough one. They have us,
let me clear a path here.
Get their real feelings about it, real negativity out.
I think we very easily say, how do you feel after that, how do you feel following your treatment or
Would you ever leave?
interaction?
Yeah.
And then, yes, we check their satisfaction.
Oh, maybe we could ask, like, what would make you leave the Maxwellists? What would make you leave leadership?
Would you ever consider questioning would you ever consider leaving?
Yeah.
Call it a test.
Okay.
Action. If I may ask, how are you feeling after our little interaction with that upgrade disc?
I feel quite motivated. Anything Morana asks me, I feel confident that I can do it.
And so, let's say someone were asking if you were to be asked to defect. Another sign?
No. That is a ridiculous notion. Where did you get that from?
Nowhere.
Our heads. We're just curious. Right? I just want
It's
to make sure you're loyal. I mean, you are so loyal that I am envious of you.
I appreciate that.
I want to feel the same loyalty toward her, so I want to just know how you're feeling.
Honestly, Morgana's done a lot for me, both in my personal development here at the Maxwellist, as well as my personal life. Morana, I really do owe a lot to her. She's given me more than I can possibly repay her, and so it only makes sense for me to be as loyal as I am.
That's beautiful.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
She looks the clearest. He has so many
Yes.
people around him. Are you able to speak to her? Yeah, but we could go and speak to Jules first.
Oh, Talon.
Theron.
Real quick, I want to check in after your experience. How do you feel?
Well, obviously it was a nice emotional and mental reprieve for a bit, but as the assembly drags on, obviously priorities and concerns rise to the forefront.
And so, between you and me, for security purposes, there would be no way that anyone could ever offer you something in return of your defection from the cause.
Defection? Well, they would have to offer perhaps the steepest price they've ever offered in their lives. What would that be, Theron? Do you have something in mind?
Nothing I could conceive of.
Are you immortal?
No, my dear. See, those who are able to extend their life long.
The second vote is now closed. The winner of the second issue to be reviewed onto the blueprint
Greg would like a word.
is the Maxwellist.
Oh my god, what are you all doing in this area? Get out.
Good.
Greg said your ruse works. He wanted to see you.
Your little prank.
Oh my goodness, this is delightful.
I don't know about you, but that sounded like there was something that could be.
I know, that's why I was like,
Let's check with Jules. When the time comes. Hello, Jules. How are you feeling after our little experiments earlier?
Experiment?
Experiment with the helmets?
Yes. I'm feeling good. I feel productive. I feel ready to take on various different tasks.
would you say that's better than usual? Better than normal?
Yeah, slightly better. I think so.
I'm sorry. I'm having a bit of a memory lapse. Do you remember what color the helmet we had was? I have to go find it.
I believe it was blue and black and gray.
Okay, thank you so much. I was so worried for a moment. I did have one more question, though. If, let's say, there was some sort of issue with the Maxwellist leadership, in what way could one, such as yourself, be maybe coaxed into defecting to another faction?
Well, that would depend on the person. I personally see the church as one whole body, so if I were offered, a better position, then I could be convinced to join another faction and work together towards the symbiosis and the unification of all the sects.
Well, thank you very much.
Why? You asked that question.
It's just... there's all sorts of whispers going around everywhere. It's just important to make sure everyone's taking care of themselves and each other as well as they can.
Sure. Well, if you hear of any positions, perhaps outside of the Church of Maxwellism, that you think would be a good fit, and if you have doubts about the leadership of the Maxwellists, then please do let me know and keep me informed, will you?
Certainly. So I don't know about you, but that sounds 2 out of 3 are willing to get out. I think only 1 was truly loyal there.
Yeah, the first one was, and she was.
I do apologize for having left the conversation prematurely. Matters regarding the cog work had to be attended to.
That's quite all right.
Was there any lingering questions regarding immortality or such that you wanted answered?
Oh, if another group could offer you immortality, would you betray her and go over?
It's certainly a very enticing offer, but of course, such a delightful deal would come with some presumable catch. I must know what I'm signing up for with that after all.
You'll be happier? That's the catch.
Nikki, you may have to work on your negotiating skills.
Hypothetical, okay?
Of course.
Please gather around the blueprint. I have an announcement to make.
Between you and me, investigating
really have to do
the
this
3
now?
of our members assigned to Morana, one of them was willing to say no matter what they would not leave the snacks from us. The other 2 had conditions in which they met.
Like a bomb.
Loyalty?
I'll get that helmet again.
Is this about the lack of refreshments? Me and my group were talking about that. Not that it's not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Please gather.
What is going on, Speaker? It's not even time for the vote.
Why are we gathering for
I said nothing of a vote.
That's not very democratic.
Looked it over here.
Perhaps some of you missed the fine print.
Hey, I know you.
The blueprint states that I, the speaker, may proclaim one law myself.
That is outrageous. What gives you the right to claim?
It is my right! As directed by the blueprint, so is Meccane's will. Unless any of you here would like to go against its divine plan? I did not think so.
Well, please enlighten us then, Speaker. What is this law that you wish to add to the blueprint?
It's quite simple. Many of you here believe that there are 3 sects in our religion. The Broken Church, old, traditional, devout. Cogwork Orthodoxy, industrial, standardized, robust.
Correct.
The Maxwellist, digital, competitive, individualistic.
And damn good at it.
Period.
3 sects. But that is a lie.
What are you saying, Speaker?
It is a lie! A lie thrust down your throat by Robert Bumaro. Robert, who feared the truth just as you all fear it now. But our time has come. There is nothing that can stop us now. I represent the 4th sect of the church, the Entropy Choir.
What?
And this law shall be, as I declare it. You will not deny us. You will not ignore us. From this moment forth, the Entropy Choir is now a recognized sect of the church.
But that means you are eligible for Omniseer.
Yes, it does.
Is that your plan all along, Speaker?
My plan is simply to enact Meccane's will this evening. Gathered faithful, I speak now to all of you. Give your support to the choir. Elect me as your Omniseer. I can see us to our promised paradise. I can see the weak and impotent foundation destroyed. I, on this very night, will use the power of the blueprint to at long last see our God reforged, and deliverance will be ours. Faithful, the end is coming. I suggest you prepare for it and choose the winning side.
just brought up refreshments.
Alright.
Lied about your own existence.
Broken Church, assemble!
Okay, yeah.
I have to team meeting. Gather around Morana.
Members of the Broken Church,
Maxwellist, circle up!
back to the couch.
Wasn't convincing
Come. I don't bite, but the entropy choir might. They are a very dangerous organization. The entropy choir is the second oldest sect of the church. They, up until now, were believed to be dormant, and so they have access to knowledge and powers that we're not aware of. Their goals, their objectives, their beliefs, completely lost to us. So, exercise caution when interacting with any members of the entropy choir. That being said, perhaps make friends with them, yes? Better to have friends than enemies, and, well, perhaps we can use this hidden knowledge to our benefit, right? Okay. Well, a progress report on the supercomputer, please.
Our ETs have done impeccable work on the hardware side, and we are fine-tuning everything to make it up and running and fully operational.
Well, it seems that you still have work to do. So let's get back to it.
We go back and
Problems every day.
yeah,
Indeed.
and then go and make friends.
But
One
we
thing
have.
and the other, exactly.
So,
Would you like me to still bring it?
yes, I believe so. I think it's still a smart move. Now, oh, it's our friend from the Broken Church.
Hello.
Hello.
I'd like to know what happened to Robert.
What happened to Robert? Well, I have just the file for you. This I took from the Foundation's database, SCP-2834. We believe that this is information on the remains of Robert Romaro. Now, the Foundation lies. Remember that. Surely this is an attempt to throw us off Robert's trail or to lead us to believe that he's dead. I do not believe it is true. But the Foundation has quite a bit of information that is true about Robert, and I'm sure Madame Bumara would love to know what the Foundation knows. So, my assistant will come with you and offer this as a token of goodwill.
Great.
I hope that that helps with Angelica's endeavors tonight. Do you have word on that voting alliance?
We got her to agree, and it was so great, and we were coming back to tell you, and then the Maxwellists won the vote. Congratulations, by the way, we're so happy. And then she came to us and said that is off, because then it wouldn't be fair if you had 2 votes and then she only had 1. And we said, how can we remedy that? And she said, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we were wondering if you have any way that you think, any terms you think she would agree to in order for you guys to be on the same page without one of you feeling slighted.
Wow. That is rather embarrassing that she agreed to it and then changed her mind because she realized it wouldn't get her ahead of me.
I think she was going for more equality or even. Yeah, I think that was more of the vibe of she didn't want to start off the alliance wrong-footed, perhaps. Yes. But it seems like she might still be open to it if there are terms that are beneficial for her.
Well, I have information on Robert Romaro that she might be interested in seeing. I hope that sweetens the deal. And if not, we can discuss further.
Okay, her. Thank you.
Would you like me to still go?
Yes. Make sure that our interests are guarded. Now, what do you have?
Over the course of our interviews, only one of our rank expressed unflinching loyalty. The other 2 inferred that there were conditions under which they could be bought away.
And who are the bad eggs?
That would be Talon, and that would be Jules.
Well.
Only Tony was unflinchingly loyal.
Now, as for Talon, I understand. He's a bit... Yeah.
Hi there. Are you Morgana?
I am Morgana.
I've never met you before and I've heard of you. I'm a huge fan. Go on.
Oh, well,
Continue.
thank you.
Continue.
No, that's all right. Can you give us some privacy, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Can we take photos?
You can take photos from over there.
All right.
I'm having a private conversation.
All right.
I'll speak with you in just a moment.
We'll respect
yes.
your privacy. Go for it.
So, as we were saying before the clowns interrupted us,
I didn't mean to interrupt. Just one more before I get a quick one with you.
I'm so sorry. I'm doing something right now.
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
So, Talon has put in a request for a larger bandwidth on the NA1 server. I would suppose that it's worth buying his allegiance for. What are you doing?
Oh, you're taking a photo. You said it was okay.
From over there, thank you. Goodness gracious. Do you think that that would be enough of a gesture?
Bandwidth on the N1 server.
More bandwidth on the N1 server for his personal projects.
Personal projects,
Yes.
right.
Do you think that he would see that as enough of a bribe?
I think any token right now would be amenable.
Well, you can start with that. As for Jules, now, she was a member. I'm so sorry. Why are you still here?
No, we were waiting for the photo op.
I'm keeping my distance. I'm just a huge fan. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt anything. I apologize.
Now, they're surely members of the Cogwork Orthodoxy, and I'm so sorry that they had to do that embarrassing display in front of you. So, Jules was formerly a member of the Cogwork Orthodoxy. Had you heard that?
That's new information to me.
As of 6 months ago. In fact, she's still in a relationship with one of their members.
Very interesting.
The son of the union representative, in fact, Richie. What do you need?
I spoke with Greg and...
All right, just one moment.
And so how could that be leveraged to our advantage?
Well, my question to you is, do you think that this is enough of a conflict of interest that we need to intimidate, or do you believe that a similar bribe or allowance would be a wiser maneuver?
Intimidate.
Well, then I encourage you to let her know that we know, and that it would be terrible if the Cogwork Orthodoxy were to learn about this relationship. It would jeopardize Richie's well-being.
Very wise choice.
Excellent. Off you go.
Let's get out of here before this blows up.
Wow, this theater is almost as immersive as Site-43 with the Sherm on YouTube, TikTok, and all modern media. I love learning more about the SCP Wiki's rich world and mythos with Dr. Theron Sherman. I remembered your name first try.
And almost got the site number right.
Yes, on guard 43.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Like, they might betray us. She might betray us, and we have some blackmail on her, kind of. So what we're about to do is go over there and like tell her about it.
We have a... Yes, we have a carrot for one and a stick for the other.
I'll be out of your way.
There, Talon is there. And we're stuck in the middle with you.
I'm sure.
What are you streaming on? Can you take
Once again, I'm going to refer to the power of the matter. So if we can make them do that, or
So yes, in case we weren't clear there, our goals right now are to bribe Talon, threaten Jules, and we are possibly right about to do that second one.
I believe that reading it out loud is often the best tactic.
Jules, have you got a moment?
Yes, of course. Just dealing with some alliance matters.
we're still running security checks around the Maxwellist Church, making sure everything's fine and dandy, seeing as the entropy choir is now involved and things are a little tense around here. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure, yes, tense. People tend to be wary of things that they don't know.
Yes. And of course, it would be very important for any good team to hold rank and strong and unify together in the scene of such warranted chaos, correct?
Sure. Backed under the same leader, of course.
And that would even be the case if someone were to be friends or even more than friends with someone in other places.
I suppose that would be true, yes.
And if that relationship were with someone out there, and that person were to be in danger if anything were to defect, could it be that we could be certain that our team would stay together through thick and thin to protect that person?
I suppose to protect other people against danger, then yes, I would do what it takes to protect my loved ones.
Very good. As long as the Maxwellists have your firm and unaltering support, then all of our loved ones will be very well safe.
And what is the means of protection that the Maxwellists are intending to deploy?
The highest of our technologies, of our relics. Those would surely be 100% safe under our care. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. Would they have to be under our care? Would they have to be a part of the Maxwellist Church to receive these protections?
I don't think we have to go that far. There's an uneasy truce between the three sects. And as long as that truce isn't broken, and no one goes gallivanting where they aren't supposed to, everyone can be fine regardless.
Understood.
Understood.
I have something for you.
I don't know what that is. Do you want to keep an eye? Do you want to keep an eye on that while I go talk to Talon? Oh, Talon, good to see you again.
Yes, Theron. How can I assist you?
Well, I am still running my security checks on behalf of Morana, and making sure that in the light of this new incursion by the entropy choir, that everything is still unified as a team, as a family.
Indeed. Well, those of us with the Maxwellists tend to view every opportunity as an advantage to us. And like Morgana said herself, if we can make allies with the entropy choir, perhaps there's a little danger, but a lot of excitement and reward in having that be achieved.
Indeed. And, of course, while we can make that gain from them or from even the other sects, as primitive as they may be.
Of course.
It's important to remember where our loyalties lie at the end of the day. And what benefits may come from that.
Of course.
For instance, I've heard that you have some personal projects cooking. Very important ones.
Indeed, yes. I'm sure Morgana's been sharing those. One of the reasons I've had some quarrels with her in the past is due to the lack of server access that I've needed to complete those. You see, I'm working on uploading my own consciousness as a way of sentient AI to enhance the Maxwellist abilities. Being able to work in a virtual world 24/7 would aid the Maxwellist cause and Morgana's goals of bringing the Maxwellist to the public. What do we have here?
We have the amber of methane, said to be able to cleanse broken things.
Indeed. Quite a useful artifact in our restoring of the supercomputer. Fantastic work, the three of you.
Excellent, excellent.
Yes, well, Theron, if there's anything that Morgana would like to do to assist with that.
Oh, for your
personal
AI
projects.
projects?
Indeed.
Well, I've gotten approval for much more server speed in space.
Is that
It is
so?
now time to vote on the
With
third
your
issue to be
unending
emailed
loyalty,
to
of
the
course.
You will notice that this
Consider it
there are four.
a service of indebted gratitude to Morgana. She will forever be my mother and my queen of the Maxwellists.
Of course, as it should be.
Thank you very much, Theron.
Good luck with the amber.
Indeed. Yes, of course, my friends. Let us cast our votes before we resolve this issue regarding the supercomputer's bug.
It's none of my business.
I'm happy to try, but the technology doesn't like me.
Lead the way. I don't know where this is.
Have we finally succeeded?
We have not.
Hmm.
The last one is so funny.
Of course.
All right. Well, that seemed to work very well. Let's check in with our teammate on Jules' giant honking book.
I've been voting for them to be funny.
Before I have talked to Talon, things are set. What do you know when it comes to?
So I asked her about it, and she's like, "What? It's just an empty book, but there's very clearly a string there, like it's a secret book with a pull string, and it's like a little magician trick." She wouldn't let me see it.
That's worrying.
I know. We don't know who it came from. If it came from like the Cogsworth or the Broken Church, I don't know.
Well, I will report that we are certain on Talon and uncertain on Jules.
Okay.
And then move on to what's next.
Yeah, let's see.
We're going to start with 3 bright green Maxwellian auras standing square. The server is a complete success. The supercomputer is up and running, fully operational, with no bugs, ticks, or data issues whatsoever. Your hard work must be commended. You are all ETs at the moment, is that correct? That is correct. Well, it must be stated that due to your hard work and your extreme perseverance in making sure that all issues went recovered and resolved, you are now Wangineers. You are those who are working the hardest and the best to make sure that Juan is rebuilt in the way of the Maxwellists, to bring this Church of the Broken God into the modern era, into the digital era, and into an era where every individual is held near and dear and are able to be the best version of themselves. You should hold those titles with a lot of pride, for it is not one that we give out lightly. But now, there is one final task I must entrust all of you with, to achieve the highest rank within the Maxwellists. Obviously, we know the Cogwork was attempting to sabotage us tonight, try to divert our efforts and attention. Something must be done about that. We've obviously handled their booby traps, their side obstacles and such. The question is, do we strike back or do we take the high road on?
We're just waiting for Morgana.
This is a decision that only Morgana can authorize. So, as Wangineers, you have a bit more credence and clearance to speak with her more freely, so approach her on this topic. Let her know that the Cogwork tried to get in our way tonight and how you best believe we should deal with it. I trust you all with this.
Really, it's just like a entanglement going on.
Do we know who?
Yes,
I'm
Richie.
sure that she knows.
I don't know
what
that
Richie Cogworth.
What have you discovered?
Maybe not new information, just potential alliances, any agreements that could be made with Bumaro's faction. A little bit of a tiz going on there, but I think it could work out.
The Wangineers also have some things on the works with Bumaro's faction. So I think we're about to hear about that too. No, they were talking about the cosmos. So many factions to keep track of.
I know, I can't even right now. I'm trying to like recall, like use my recall memory.
Tell me something I don't know.
Well, you know, you radiate youthful energy.
So, what do you need?
We kind of want to know the secrets of that. How do you extend your life? You know?
How do you extend your life? Well, there are many ways to go about it, aren't there? So we, the Maxwellists, believe in biotechnical engineering, so neurotechnical extending brain life, biotechnical physical augmentations that slow down, sort of put a hand on the watch of aging. Now, that is, of course, within the church. There's also a rumor as to Robert Bumaro's immortality. Robert Bumaro is said to have drank the ichor of Mecca. This can either kill you or transform your flesh into that of Mecca's, into a machine.
Oh.
Yes. It's a very rare substance, though. I've never seen it myself.
But if you wanted to
obtain it, what might you do?
No. I'm sure the Broken Church knows more about that than I do. They're closer to all of those ancient artifacts and all that.
Thank you.
I hope that you'll take this information as a token of good faith and share anything interesting you hear later with me.
Morana, hi!
Yes.
Good news. Maeve took it very well. I didn't realize Maeve was so well connected and respected in that faction, and can vouch for you a lot more heavily now.
Oh, that's very good to hear. And what are the rest of you here for?
We are newly promoted engineers.
Congratulations.
We have come to report to you our findings on the supercomputer, which we have been able to successfully run. We did run into several hiccups along the way, and came to report to you that we were previously sabotaged in our code by the
Cogwork Orthodoxy.
The Cogwork Orthodoxy, although we do wish to take the high road and not retaliate.
Wow. That's very mature of you. Can I ask why you think it's wise to let an act of embarrassing, albeit embarrassing, sabotage go unanswered?
Well, in my personal opinion, I believe that several of the other churches have been extending olive branches to us, such as, for example, the Church of the Broken God has assisted us in the progress of this computer, as well as the Entropy Choir. And if we do want to unite all of the churches under one God, then I believe it would be reasonable for us to maybe show some grace and unite together.
For what it's worth, Morana, Greg just came over and made sure he claimed it for everyone to hear that digital is not heretical in the eyes of the Cogwork any longer.
Well, that does change things, doesn't it? In which case, very wise of you to not want to retaliate against our new collaborators. So, I'm going to ask for you to formally extend the olive branch in return to Greg. And, well, since he has announced we're not heretics, we want to make sure that we get it in writing now. So, make sure that you don't need to force him to write it down now, but that he agrees to write it down after the assembly. And Morgana Blackwell's name must be in writing upon this treaty. I won't have Greg turn and have me removed so that he can get more favorable terms tomorrow. Does that make sense? Excellent. Then hop off and see if you can get Greg to agree to that. Alright.
I believe they have more information. There's nothing new I can
Please.
It is to our belief that Talon was more than amenable to the server upgrade.
Yes.
And will not be bought otherwise.
Excellent.
It is still worrying for Jules, although she verbalized that she understood what any course of action against the Maxwell Church would be. I do not think she truly is fully loyal. I would keep my eye on that one.
Alright. Let's try another approach. We have to be creative. Let's see if we can get the little strapping young lad to come to
the
us.
vote is now closed. The third issue is to be imbued on the blueprint is the one put forth by the Entropy Choir. All people and groups are anathema to Numa and the church. Don't be dust in the future and should be treated as such.
We need to win the fourth vote. That is the only path to Omniseer. So, well, now I'm torn. I think it would be very fun and embarrassing for Greg but we need to win this fourth vote.
Priorities.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Do you need something?
Not quite. I just heard that there's many who respect you, and I didn't want to interrupt your conversations. I just, you know, thought you might be talking about something interesting.
I always am. So, I'm not sure what we can do at this point. Do you think that any of the sects would be amenable to voting with us?
If there was a reason that... if there was a benefit to them siding with us to stop something from happening.
I'm sure that Jules can get a few of the Cogsworth on board, or people from there.
Do you think we can reverse that? Instead of having her flee, we pull them to us. Do we have a weight that would bring them that way? We just made an alliance with them, right?
Yeah, kind of. Well,
we should go check on that tree then.
yes. And then perhaps, if you think it's possible, maybe you can just bring Richie over to me. Let him know that I have something important to discuss with him. I have an idea.
Aye, aye.
Do we think that we can get any votes from Entropy or Broken Church?
Maybe Broken Church now. I would let Maeve's influence fester a little. I don't know how if Maeve's told anybody, but... And Entropy I have not contacted at all. They have just declared that to everybody, so...
Yes. Well... maybe we can see if Dr. Vokar would be amenable to working with us.
Okay. That sounds good.
Alright. Okay, so...
Before I go, would you like me to declare that it was us who wanted to present the problem, or just any alliance at all is fine?
You mean the Maxwellists?
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. You can use my name.
Alright.
In fact. Alright. Treaty Richie.
Treaty Richie.
Excellent.
Okay, so I don't...
I also...
I can't speak for Greg, but I know I would love to have you.
Greg is the big burly guy. I do know that it's his child. I think that's what I'm sorry, if you guys know, that's Richie, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you so much. The fourth vote has begun.
Here we go. Thank you. Okay. Oh, did Dr. Vokar just announce a fourth vote? Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Vote!
Fourth vote!
Okay. Ooh-wee. Wow, that was a lot. Okay. Well, since you guys are all done with that, would you guys prefer to continue on with internal affairs, or
It might be time to gather them up.
oh, are we all done?
Well, my people have gathered some information. I'm sending them now on some miscellaneous tasks, but we can gather them back here.
That sounds good. Well, would you guys like to continue with internal affairs, or is anyone doing silicon and heretic?
Yes, my sponsors have already done it.
Already then. That sounds wonderful. So, yeah, how does internal affairs sound? If you guys want to check on D. Wilcox, check on D. Wilcox and see if anyone's already done. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Richie.
Yes, hello. Yes, hi. What's your name?
You can call me Theron. How are you doing today?
Nice to meet you, Theron. I'm doing great. And what's your name?
Nikki.
Nikki. Nice to meet you, Nikki and Theron. How can I help you?
We're here on behalf of the Maxwellists.
Oh, nice.
And
okay.
very specifically, we have an invitation for you. For a meeting. Just a meeting.
Oh, okay.
Nothing crazy. But it is a meeting specifically with Morana herself. She has specifically requested to meet with you to discuss something quite important.
Yeah. If that's the case, let me just let the guy in charge know. Sorry, Dad. I'm going to
Making sure that everyone is in balance. All right, sounds good, Richie.
All right.
Don't hurt yourself.
All right, thanks. Yeah. Why not? By the way, I'm really sorry. You want to do anything stupid? Alright, I'll be right back.
You know what? I just like the name of the entity.
Okay.
But the three times the announcement that we are not heretics in Russia.
Oh, hey, Talon.
Hello, Richie.
Your boss wanted to speak with me.
Morgana requested an audience with you.
guess.
Very well. If it's on behalf of Nikki and Theron, I believe you're in good hands.
Thanks. Hi. Hi. Hi.
Darling, I'm so sorry. It must be so hard.
I hear. Can you hear?
Espionage. Since the Toad King seems to be reporting that, I'm going to go see how the treaty went.
Go for it.
Where did they go? I don't see the treaty crew. I just saw them and they vanished on me. Bad timing, bad timing. Oh, here we go. Let's make our way.
Yes, I have urgent business to correct. Bad news, unfortunately.
Of course,
Hello.
it shall be done. Do you need me to sign right now? Yeah.
That one.
Consider it done.
Thank you very much.
Greg, do you have a moment?
I do.
Pardon me.
I assume you were successful?
We are successful indeed.
Very glad to hear that.
I believe so. A little reward doesn't hurt anybody after a hard night's work. Oh, God, that's insane.
Okay. I want to come this way. What did she say? What did you say? I said, I don't think she wanted to think of it. So I was like, good job. She's like, she said that'll be us working more closely with you, which is yay, but it's also like, I would be working on your work on.
Tony is working on the second in command. When I was indisposed, Tony can act as our
Well, I mean, she didn't seem angry at the idea of but I mean, I do want to think it over. This is very much like a really new thing. You know, it's like for right now, I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna stay at the club work, and I'll talk to my dad about it. But yeah. I'm definitely gonna think. I'll think about it, but for right now, the call will reach my home, and I know. Yeah, and things. I want to make sure you're okay. Everything's okay. So sorry about that. I got really heated over there. No, I said some things that I shouldn't have. Whatever you choose, I trust you, and I want to be with you. Well, that's what Morana. You're telling me.
Getting the band back together.
Yeah, I got it.
Your dad kind of knows.
Yeah, we kind of know.
We gotta know.
Yeah, we'll let him know.
Okay,
for sure. I'll see you. So,
It's a deal.
yes.
We have actual contract of all the stipulations.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Excellent. I saw it. Right. Well, I'll sign it after the assembly, but I'll take this for now.
Thank you.
You,
we did the death cult.
and you three, you all have shown very, very enterprising behavior today. You have done more than the rest. And so, I would like to sponsor your vote for Omniseer. Is that something you're interested in?
It was on my mind the whole time.
Excellent. So, this means that I'm going to promote you all to systems architects. Let's make a bit of space over here. I'd like to do a little exercise. Everyone, circle around us, and I'll have you all reach out to the staff. join me in the low sacred hum, if you wish, of a computer fan. I want you to know that in this sacred tone, we are unified. We are individuals. We are one. Yes? Excellent. You may remove your hands. Now, remember, above all else, we value your uniqueness. We want you to be the best version of yourself. I care about you and your personal growth very deeply. But that does not mean that we cannot work together. Just as each part of a circuit is an important individual component, the circuit does not function unless we remain connected. So, remember that, and congratulations. You are now systems architects. You can now vote for Omniseer. When the time comes, I'll present you all to vote, and it's very important that you vote for who you believe will be the best leader of the church overall. Alright. So, a pleasure to meet you all officially. Morana Blackwell, what is your name?
Rain.
Say again?
Rain.
Rain.
Grace.
Grace. Nikki.
Beck.
Beck. Theron.
Bryce.
Bryce. Well, I'm very excited to continue working with you all. So, is there any unresolved business for us to address?
I have some.
The fourth vote is now closed. The fourth issue to be imbued onto the blueprint tonight is the one put forth by the Cogwork Orthodoxy. The technology bestowed upon our ancestors originates from Echo. Peer-reviewed inventions are allowed, however, any deviation greater than 1.0 from established technology is to be considered heresy.
We can vote. That's very bad news for us, isn't it? The Cogwork Orthodoxy have won 2 votes. They're in the lead. Which means that the only way that we have a path to Omniseer is through gaining votes.
They sound passionate about it.
Oh no, they're just banishing the digital spirits. A very, very arcane and slightly offensive practice they have. They take digital devices and shout out them until they become mechanical. Very strange. Now, does anybody have any leads on how we can divert voters?
Is Sadie still a problem?
Oh, darling. Yes. Rain, do you have an idea of how you can handle that?
Now that Doc is amenable to our side, if you want to curry some favor with your own stuff, whatever that might be, I could probably procure a solution. I could try.
Yes. Offer whatever information we need to. We have an extensive informational network.
Okay. I will present it as such and see what I can do in the limited time we have.
Very good. What else?
So I guess Sadie was a problem, but then who was the son?
Oh, Richie?
Richie. We never figured out what his deal was.
Well, Morgana did just have a conversation with him, and I was not present for it, so I do not know what happened with Richie.
Oh, you didn't hear? Well, I offered Richie a place within the Maxwellists so that he could be closer to Jules.
Very interesting.
Yes, of course. Now, the little tyke is terrified of me, so I'm not sure how well it took, but I made it very clear that I love love, and I want for him and Jules to be happy. So, I hope that this at least shakes his convictions. What else?
Do you think he could influence other people?
I mean, his father is the leader of the
Do you think we have time to influence Richie or perhaps swaying?
Yes, perhaps. Why don't we just bury him in our love? Give this gift to him. Let him know that it's a gift from. Well, should it come from us or should it come from Jules?
So it seemed like we're accepting of everything.
There you are. A gift from the Maxwellist team of systems architects in hopes that he might join our ranks.
Well. Are there any other aspects?
You should know that if Morana were Omniseer, she would give him a very favorite position. There you are.
Very stylish.
Onward. Great news.
Yes.
The good doctor is, in fact, amenable to getting rid of the little problem known as Sadie.
Perfect.
Two terms.
Yes.
2 terms. I don't think money is a problem.
Yes.
It's influence. The influence being more amenability to the choir itself.
Yes.
And the other condition is that she would like to have a personal chat over some coffee about some projects, whatever that might be.
I'm sure that I have time in my calendar.
Yeah, that totally works for me.
Excellent. Well then, name whatever group of interest and I'll be sure that Dr.
She's seeking mother.
Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you. Listen, Jules, may I hold your hands? You mean the entire world to me. I want you to know that every single day, I think about you all the time. And I know that you're going to do so many amazing things, and I want to stay with you. My place is here at the Cogwarts. But just so you know, I want to let you know. Don't let that make you think. Don't make that think that I think any less of you. You are still the right person, okay? But you know, like, we're making an alliance from what I've heard with Maxwellist. Yeah. So we will still be working. I guarantee. Listen, even if we're not, I'm still gonna be barging into whatever lab you work in. I'll take you on a picnic date. Yeah. Does that sound good? We can schedule some dates throughout the weeks. I'll use my personal planner. Okay, yes. That sounds good. Alright, yeah. Alright, go kick some ass, okay?
Representatives need to go.
Representatives.
That's us. Let's get up there. Get some more guys.
These systems architects. They have displayed the values of individualism, uniqueness, and talent. Juan recognizes their voices to be heard.
Alex, Sam, Colin, and Ryan are the techno-pontifex of the Broken Church. They have demonstrated their piety, devotion, and loyalty to our traditions. Meccain recognizes their voices to be heard.
And I can match. Oh, they've been a little buried, but the people behind these three are our conductors of the void. They have shown faith, zeal, and acceptance of the inevitable. Numa recognizes their voices to be heard. So it shall be. I will come around to gather your votes for the Omnisphere tonight. You'll write it on a piece of paper, and I will come back around so that you can hand it into the box. I apologize.
Yes, let them have their paper.
Gotta get their
Should you take one?
a little bit of bias never hurt.
Oh, that was so funny. That was so funny.
They were next to me.
I assumed it was
Did you go to any prayer then? No, this is not this one. So they had a voting. Like, sometimes they had voting and other ones, and one of them was about like.
Feel free to step up, grab your paper.
We rigged that.
Okay, I thought you weren't sure. Otherwise,
No worries.
my mistake.
To do. I'm going to have to make sure that the authorities don't turn me in.
I remember this.
Excellent. And then
What about the voting? Well, we tried to rig it, so we were just like kept filling it out.
We literally outnumber everybody.
But we can't do it this time. Right?
So, yeah, let's write your votes. Write your votes.
We are
Let's go.
infused with, I don't know, chips. I don't know where this metaphor is going.
Delicious chips and salsa.
I'll go
Chips and
first.
salsa. Yeah. If the salsa is WD-40 and the chips are microchips.
Extremely zesty.
I have a pen.
Y'all think wires taste good as spaghetti?
Wires, you said?
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought about crunching on
Since I lost my hand in the
like,
war, could you write on my behalf?
Well, we know who you're voting for. There
I
you go.
appreciate your aid in this matter.
All right, I'll go write mine.
Here's what's bigger and more prominent. and then we pop them back in
It
here.
doesn't matter. It'll be counted either way. It doesn't really matter if anyone else sees it.
I like your shirt.
They are dying. So
It will.
We'll talk later. We'll talk later.
It's like donation. Donation from church.
Hogwarts doesn't engage in stupid things.
I just think that they didn't work with Morana as much. Are you talking about people that went to the?
Well, no, but I mean, like in any group, it seems like
Yeah.
there were rings.
Yeah.
But there's some people who didn't. Make
I would
it.
think so, yeah.
Back there, probably they're just lingering around. They have that. They don't have any reason to be over here. I'm assuming behind that curtain there's something.
Attention, members of the church! If we could have the entirety of the church gather around the blueprint for one final time.
Please step to one side or the other.
Flux, but I'm sure they'll study us if that's next business day.
Our assembly has come to its conclusion, which means that it is time for the final step of the blueprint.
That's right.
The ceremony of executed faith, where we name our Omniseer. But before then, the Entropy Choir and I would like to take just a brief moment as a gesture of good faith. We would like to bless everyone here tonight. We have all waited so very long for this moment. And I am overjoyed to finally bring it to you all. Witness all of you the reforging of our God. We will all be
Hold it right there, Speaker.
Oh, this time.
We know what that object is. We're not letting you use it.
dirty sockets.
May I remind our friends from the Foundation that they are not permitted to interfere.
Angelica. Unless that is, of course, an XK end-of-world scenario, which the speaker, using the blueprint and the Simon and tangent to deconstruct the world, I think that counts.
The
world is not going to end.
End of the world scenario does in fact mean deconstruct the world, and this is in fact a genuine article. Are you insane, speaker?
I am simply trying to enact Meccane's will this evening.
You won't get away with this.
I truly thought that you all would be smart enough to see the truth by now. That our God cannot be reforged without his spirit. And I am the only one in this room who can see us to our paradise. The paradise that I have seen
through our God. I am the only one who can see our souls united here and now.
Look, that's your belief, Speaker, and that's not ours. I'm not willing to bet the world in which one of us is right. We're gonna end this here and now. Melissa, I'd like you to defuse this situation.
Of course you would, coward.
Violence necessary.
First one's free. Melissa.
It's a little confident, don't you think? Tell me, Speaker, what time is it?
Oh! What was that?
Take that if I
Is he made of steel or something?
Oh! Really nice.
What power is
I
this?
said the first one was free, not the second!
Remember, much stronger than you look.
Melissa!
Put your back into it.
Not necessary. Weapons are not permitted.
Melissa, get up.
Wormwood, come here.
The flesh couldn't even kill me. Do you think an electric stick can?
It is the only way.
It's Tony's tag. We'll see.
Whoa! Whoa!
We relinquish this item in the name of the Foundation.
I'm afraid I cannot let you do that, Howard. We are all grateful for your help in preventing the end of the world, but the assignment is a relic of the broken church. If you wish for the Foundation to continue its strong partnership with the Church of the Broken God, and if you wish to leave this place with your life, I suggest you hand it over.
Fine. Foundation will honor the wishes of the broken church. Very good.
Thank
Let
you,
people out safely.
Yeah, Howie!
Get it, girl!
Unfortunately, Howard, you won't be leaving here alive. Neurotoxin may poison you. It is exquisitely painful, but don't fret, it won't last long. In fact, I bet the effects are starting to show right about now. A light numbness in your extremities traveling inward. Don't fret. It won't be numb for long. But I am willing to offer a trade, particularly due to my friendship with Melissa. I do have a cure. I would be willing to give it to you as long as you ensure friendship between the Foundation and the Entropy Choir under my temporary leadership. What?
Fine, give it.
Deal.
This is traitor to the church.
Well, I believe it is time now for a new Omniseer to be chosen. The blueprint demands it. Mecane, please reveal to us who the next Omniseer will be for the next 31.41 years. Congratulations, Greg.
Now this is what I'm talking about. This is what the will of the people demands. Now, I'm here to, make a few promises, but unlike other politicians, I'll actually keep them.
A recount.
You hear that, Morana?
A recount? The only thing you should be counting is how many benefits you're going to be getting under my leadership. Everyone in the church shall see full health insurance, dental, vision, 401k, paid overtime, at least double your hourly rate, and if you so wish, we'll replace an entire limb for free. And I would also like to briefly say the other sects here this evening. You all are incredibly powerful and talented in your own ways, and I believe that if we all work together, with a bit of course correction to the entropy choir, but still.
Hey,
we'll talk later. We shall forge a new, united path for the church. Thanks to unity, mechane, and the real super power of teamwork. The powers of community, camaraderie, and compassion shall prevail. Union strong! Union strong! Union strong! Union strong! Union strong! Union strong!
Site-42 staff, that is the end of Reforged Night 2, and what do you know? We have a new Omniseer in Greg of the Cogwork Orthodoxy. Nobody died, which is kind of impressive for these scenarios. I think overall, oh, and the world didn't end. The world didn't even end. I consider this an absolute win.
Great Meccan! Thank you for coming to the assembly. The door is that way.
Thank you so much for sticking with us tonight. We had a great time. You were awesome. You were awesome. You were awesome. Everyone was awesome.
The assembly.
And Site-42 staff, this has been Dr. Theron Sherman signing off from Site-42. I will see you in the next video. Secure, contain, protect. Oh, keep an eye out for future plays because we will be back to LA to see this again. 4th year in a row, bigger teams, more stuff. It's going to be great. See you next time.
Plus, we brokered a pretty good deal in Alliance, so...